Vodafone presents the pre-match.
It's time to find the final team into the Qudos Bank Arena. One spot remains, two teams remain. Mousesports taking on G2. It's going to be a brawl now as both sides battle for just the single spot in that stadium in front of that wild crowd. I'm your host, Alex Machine Richardson, joined by none other than Chad Sponge Birchall and Ian Sniper Turner. We've got the whole gang, the Aussie gang here to my left, and I think this is an intriguing one for a multitude of different reasons. G2, for example, have played every single map they possibly could have so far at this tournament. Every best of three going all three maps, and they've been made to sweat on the other side of things. Mousesports, a similar story. However, some of their losses have come rather quickly. What's your initial expectation in terms of who's taking this one, Chad?
Mousesports have actually looked flatter than G2, right? They've threatened Fnatic, and just there, obviously, it was a close series against NRG earlier in the day, but the fact of the matter is, you know, they also haven't beaten anybody considerably to their level, right? So obviously they've played 3 matches, both teams. The Mousesports one, they've only beaten Boot and MVP. And then they got absolutely romped by Astralis. So we haven't seen the team that we expect from Mousesports so far, which is the trio of Sunny, Oscar, and Rops all firing. None of them are really doing anything. Oscar is nowhere to be seen. The best player, actually, for Mousesports right now is Stiko. And it's just, this is a problem that we're having with Mousesports because the question mark was, and Thorin made a tweet after they really struggled at the last event, were they just a placeholder team? Well, it's definitely seeming that way right now. And if they can't really put up a fight against G2, I think that tag is going to be stuck with them.
That was the team that you were saying that they should be in the grand final with Astralis from the outset. So
that was an expectation. However, it hasn't really been met so far from Mousesports. Now, when we start talking vetoes, I want to get them out of the way here at the start. One of the criticisms you've had, Chad, is that the fact that Dust2 showed up as G2's first pick was a bit of a heavy criticism of what on earth else are you comfortable on, and how's this one going to be playing out?
There is a possibility for it again, but I think if you're going to pick it into a team like Mousesports who have players who technically, on paper, should be able to just run around and brawl, that's a really big risk. Like if Oscar decides to show up, Dust2 is a map that could like be his playground where he's just going to run with the AWP and kill
Is that
everybody.
not the same argument as you would have made for Fnatic?
Sure. But I think the I guess, skill ceiling for individuals is probably a little bit higher than that of Fnatic across the board, right? You have more players who could probably carry a game. In this one, I think G2 obviously have to ban Train. They don't play that map. Mousesports are pretty proficient on it. And then if you're the likes of Mouse, they've been banning Keish a lot, which seems kind of weird.
Ian, anything else to add?
They could ban Dust2.
Yeah, they don't have to risk it.
You know, it's just like their cobblestone ban sort of thing, you know, just get rid of it. Yeah, Keish, that's pretty weird from them considering they're popping off. But I think maybe Inferno, obviously, we might even get to see that if we can. Otherwise, G2 won't allow it. So
the pick from Mouse could just be into Mirage, right? That's the map that we said they're the best team in the world on. But the thing is, G2 just had a really good showing against an NRG, and that's a map where Apex finding room can actually be very destructive. I think, you know, still Mousesports should lend to their comfort picks. We saw them make a mistake in the veto when they played against Astralis. They let 2 maps that you can get shut out, Inferno and Nuke, be the maps played, and that didn't work very well for them. So I don't think they'll pick Nuke.
Then you've also got Overpass for G2, just one that they seem to like. They've played it twice already this event, so that's always something that they could leave in.
If I'm G2, and if I know G2, they're also very much comfortable with picking a map that they know you look bad on. And we saw Nuke from Mousesports looking incredibly flaccid. Oscar couldn't do anything on the CT side. Let's just bring up the first bans. That'll answer some of our questions. We can take a look through this veto then, and it will be Train and Overpass was the decision Mousesports have chosen. Okay.
I think, you know, Mousesports most likely will pick towards their strength, go with the Mirage pick. Then if you're G2, we know that they were scared of Keish because they didn't pick it earlier in the tournament against Astralis, which they normally against Fnatic, sorry, which they normally, you know, do.
They're French.
They normally do pretty well on that. So
they love Keish.
It's a bit of a mystery right here, Alex.
Everyone remembers the old, even though it's not the same lineup, but the old, what was it, Envious versus NRP at the time?
They've done it.
Oh, they did do it again.
Okay, so Hank and Harry are going to have another attempt at Dust2, as will G2.
So.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Mirage will be Mousesports' pick, despite perhaps knowing G2 have just come off the back of a Mirage.
Chad's right, though. Like you said, it's the FPL team, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've just chosen Dust2 against them, so good luck, I say.
If everyone's firing on cylinders as they should be. I mean, honestly...
Oh, yeah, obviously some players from ours have to wake up, right?
It can't be the Sticko show. It really can't. Yeah. Not again. Let's have a little look where we end up then as well. And you see Cash will be removed. G2 are unwilling to play that. Interesting there. No Inferno. Mousesports were given the choice, and we do get Nuke as a third. Now, that's interesting to me, whether or not we see it, first of all, but also whether or not Mousesports can put on the show.
The one thing that they struggled against was Device with the AWP and Yard, and Kenny is probably one of the best or most historic AWPers in Yard on Nuke, right? They just go hand in hand. So if he can do even half of what Device did, Mousesports could find themselves in a really rough boat. But I think this one actually, Mousesports, I feel are going to wake up here, and this is going to take it in 2. They had an easier series against MVP earlier. It was kind of just a warm-up, whereas the one for G2 against NRG, it went down to the wire. That was a slogfest, very emotional.
All 3 maps, Nuke and Mirage were both there, so surely Mouse was watching, right? Safe to say. And then you've got Nuke if it does get to that point. Well, I think Mouse, obviously, they saw Kenny has actually had no impact outside in that game, or very little. It was Mixwell who eventually picked up the AWP towards the end of that game, and that's what shut out NRG. But I think, yeah, you're right, Chad. I think maybe we're looking at 2-0 here for Mouse.
Interesting. Okay, guys, you see, despite their shortcomings so far in the tournament, you are putting your faith in Mousesports.
Yeah, from paper, I guess. You know, like the terms of these two have both looked relatively flat, right? I built it up the fact that Mousesports haven't really had to beat anyone hard, Boot and MVP, right? The fact is, I think in this game right here, Mousesports are going to wake up. They understand that this is a very important matchup for them to be fragging on all cylinders.
Things are starting to lean in their favour. Like I said, they just got to watch G2 struggle against NRG. That's got to give you some sort of confidence. They've only had their biggest struggle for Mouse was Astralis. So the 2 on paper, they don't match.
Fist bumps are in. It's time. Dust2 will be our first battleground. Let's jump in with your casters. They're happy as Larry. It's Hank and Harry.
We certainly are, Alex, and we'll be getting into Dust2 right now. It's the first time we've got to cast at all tournament, and it will be Mousesports starting the CT side. G2 spamming the Glock down towards those mid doors. You're going to see a lot of that from Kenny S as the game develops. Looks like they'll be heading towards long here. No presence whatsoever from the CT positions. I'm going to have a look at what Oscar's up to. He's pushing towards short, and so Sunny's at those middle doors right now. Mixwell lies in wait in lower B. He'll be waiting for rotations while his teammates cause a massive distraction at the long area, or see whether he can catch any rotating CTs towards short. This will be the play. Mixwell should have a guaranteed kill on Sunny. There it is, 1 bullet, that's all it'll take. And Oscar looking for some revenge here, and he'll certainly get it. It's now a 4-on-4. Can Oscar find anything more?
Well, he's going to try backing away from short. Kenny, he's just going to take that fight. Chris J, gonna find him no problem. Body in the meantime, gonna be barreling up through long and has done damage, but Stico might be tagged down low. He's in with a double. 2 quick kills over on the short position, and MBK is gonna get picked up as well. Mousesports, they will be winning the pistol. And it's a good start from Stico. He's been kind of the actually the star for Mouse throughout this event thus far.
It's kind of bizarre to think that, isn't it? Stico technically was being considered for a transfer. Not so many months ago, it was unclear of his future. He's certainly the support player, but he's been one of the absolute stars of this tournament so far for them. Not exactly great news, I have to say. You want Oscar up there, you want Rob Sunny to be leading the charge. Either way, Chris J will be challenging. And Oscar with that scout, you can see he's gone down. It's going to be Mixwell, who's at those double doors right now. Sunny gets a bit of information there towards lower B. In terms of the purchase, G2 with the force by CZ to Eagles. Apex looking to strike first. That should be MBK for G2 to find the first frag. Sunny now looking to mow them down. They're all going to line up, and he should be able to convert this one as well. Not if Mixwell can hit that shot there. The grenade will certainly get him. 2 versus 1. MBK was once considered one of the absolute best scout users in the world. Pulls up the PG-50 instead. 1v1 against Chris J.
Yeah, how on earth has this gone down to a 1 versus 1? Chris J over on short, and the bomb down at his feet. He's going to try peeking into this, and he goes walking into MBK, just going to give that frag away. So just like that, G2, they've stolen around back. The peek felt a bit unnecessary, Henry. What do you think the thinking was there behind that?
The bomb was there in his grasp. I couldn't really tell you as to why he peeked a little bit further. Maybe he was going for some sort of surprise play. You can see the bomb drop there and then. MBK's got to go grab it. We know he's got a scout. Why, when you've got the MP7, you don't just sit even just on the steps and wait for him to come and collect it? I couldn't tell you the mindset behind that. Maybe he's trying to do one of those plays that is so bizarre that he wouldn't expect it. Oh, there it is. The power play coming in. It will be G2 to pick off Chris J. It is a force buy from the CTs here. Apex trying to take advantage of it by making his way in. What is going on right now with this scout? Back and forth fragging. This is why we love Dust2. It's high-octane Counter-Strike. It's more deathmatch, as you'll see. Kills coming in thick and fast. 4-on-2 though, as G2 find the majority of them.
Yeah, Sunny and Stico left alive. Both these players inside the B-bomb site. Sunny, oh, he's playing with fire here. The body, he's the man up in the barrens of the upper tunnels. Now going to start to back away. And Sunny has been able to retrieve that scout. We've seen it do a little bit of damage for either side thus far. Go. Been the MVP for Mouse thus far. He's going to go down over in mid, leaving this now onto Sunny. 1v4, scout on his back. And he's got no real reason to leave the safety of this B bomb site.
Certainly not. Sunny with no armor. Bomb to be planted any second. And that's going to be MBK. I'm interested to see how the map plays out generally. It seems a lot more fast-paced right now with G2 finding those opening kills. A scout shot through the door. That removed Chris J from the equation. And at that point, it was easy picking. So it was a decent attempt from the CTs. It was actually Rops who managed to open things up with the scout towards the B site. But nothing else gathered. 4 players to survive for G2 here. As we'll have a fun ourselves a bit of a lull in the action with the full eco coming in next. Mousesports can't really justify much more than a few PG50s perhaps.
Gives us a little bit of time there just to appreciate how nice it is for us to get to see this map finally, Henry. You know, you and I, we've been waiting with bated breath, just raw anticipation.
Sure.
And we're finally here. And, you know, I mean, I'm excited as well because we get to see G2 on this map. I think it was... sorry, I think there's just so many good players for G2 on this team that can perform on Dust. And very, very excited to see how this does pan out. Now, of course, they've taken the 2-1 scoreline. You can see Oscar's going to be taking the peak over here towards mid with that scout. Kenny tried to get a feel for it. And actually, Chris J, he's gone ahead and usurped the forces of G2. He rooted himself down here into the lower tunnels, and Sunny's opened up. The trade's going to be there from Body. So we will see it going on 4-on-4, but they've got no idea that Chris J, silent as anything, creeping on forward. Tiptoe, and he's going to hear Body retreating, goes in with the peak. He's going to miss that opener, and now G2 3 players over here at long. Damage done onto MBK. And they're just going to be walking into the firing line of Stiko over here on shore.
Here it is, bomb planted for long. Oscar will be challenging towards despawn. Does hit one shot, but can't convert the second. Looking like it'll be a 3-1 scoreline, especially if Kenny S keeps that one up. Nice shot, Body watching for any players coming towards the long position. Gets the double spray down. 3-1 guaranteed at this point. Stiko has been so good for Mouse so far. Hits another one. And we'll be able to win the round. You see MBK's on 1 HP. And it will be round looking very, very comfortable at this point for the French side. Stiko just trying to find anything he can now. The Deagle, any players retreating from the bomb side, crossing over towards long. Didn't quite catch Kenny crossing over there, but he has been spotted and dealt with accordingly. Kenny S didn't even take any damage there. So 2 kills for him, 3 for Body, and it will be the first gun round here. We can see the Oscar AWP. Now you'd think, right, Mousesports, with the all potential they have of Oscar and Chris J, Dust2 certainly lends itself to their sort of skill set. But Kenny S, one of the most notorious AWPers on Dust2 of all time, I'm not so sure. Maybe his powerhouse will be too much to overcome.
Yeah, and you know, not to make matters kind of worse in that regard, Kenny has looked, you know, on fire throughout this event thus far. Then you kind of, you know, flip that around. You look at Oscar, and he's been a bit hit and miss. So we're going to need to see him get back to form if Maus are to stand a chance here on Dust. Now, early on into this round, going to be aggression from G2 over into mid. You can see you got Mixwell there, and then there's also Kenny over towards the top of mid. He's got the AWP on his back along with the bomb. Just maintaining this default Body, waiting over in the upper tunnels, denying any early aggression in from Maus. Apex, he's going to get up onto short. Sunny's down in CT by the looks of things. They have Oscar with that AWP over at the crossroads, keeping an eye up on short. I've really missed saying a lot of these calls, Henry. It is just great to see.
Well, this smoke used to work so nicely for CT spawn. Let's see if it's just as effective as it will be deployed momentarily by Mixwell. That's usually the B split smoke. That can be dropped, and it was obviously one of the most prolific strategies within the game. There's the smoke going down, and there it is. Lands just as nicely. And Sunny now has the option to try and push through the flashbang. Obviously he's back up in the B doors as well. Body's starting to make his way through. You can see they've got some nice little clever smokes here. Player looking to drop down in CT spawn. That's Apex. Body asserted dominance here, and he has made it through safely. Can he get any further?
That flash is perfect. That's going to get rid of Body. Now there's Oscar inside the bomb site. Mixwell is close, and Mixwell's going to win that first fight out. So we're into a 2-on-4. Sunny trapped down in CT. Bomb planted. Kenny S over on short. The bomb's planted for him. Mixwell, the lone defender inside the bomb site, and just Mousesports amassing this massive force down in CT. All 3 players aggressing up from the same angle. Mixwell in with another, finally going to get dropped by Rops, and now it's Kenny on the short position. Rops going to take his head off of Mousesports. They're going to be in it with their second round. They lock it down. And in spite of all three players wrapping in from CT, they managed to get the job done.
I thought Kenny S had that one under control. Playing from short, you'd think he'd hit that first pick shot. If he does, they probably win the round. Wasn't meant to be. Rops with 3 and bomb defuse. Money's still very strong though for G2. This is where the game really gets spicy. The double AWP setup, like I said, look out for that. Chris J and Oscar, I keep saying it, that they're one of the scariest prospects in the AWPing round with CSGO right now. We'll see whether it works out for them. Using the HE grenades to cross over those mid doors. We've got a difficult task actually against these better AWPers. Getting tagged up every round can be very frustrating. They're actually double nading it. It used to be a single grenade, so that's interesting that that's being used in that sort of way. Chris J spots a player through the incandescence of the Molotov there. Not going to be able to find the first pick just yet. 3-2, round 6. Rob's watching out for that mid split. So Chris J using the AWP at the back of the B-bomb site. And this is very standard stuff. The default being run to get short control. Apex trying to get towards CT spawn, but looks at things, just faces towards A after flashbang goes in. It will stop the CT peeking. And MBK now, a bit of a battle towards long. He'll come out on top. And that's Sticko, who was trying to push for information and potentially a kill taken down. 1 minute 10 is still remaining. You'd wait for that reaction. Dust2 has got to be the absolute quintessential reaction map within CSGO. If you lose a kill on A, someone's going to push tunnels, try and get that information, and maybe win that tug of war. As we're in sub 1 minute territory now. A split looking incredibly likely. I'm interested to see what kind of set pieces we'll see. There used to be lots of wall of smokes you could do. The French team is actually very good at those sort of plays. As they line themselves up, Molotov on the sides. Flash over, try and split from long. Great incendiary from Sunny. That's going to segregate MBK. He goes down. Kenny has to come back him up. He has to go through the smoke here. What a brave play that was. It works out perfectly, but that certainly hasn't. Oscar, big miss, should be punished for it.
Yeah, swift double in from Kenny over towards long. There is the flash in the CT. That's denied the retake. They're going to have to back away. Mousesports that round so quickly. Does it go wrong for them? G2, they're going to be saying hello to a 4th round here is Kenny. He's on fantastic form right now. One thing that is a little bit scary, I think, if you are a G2 fan, is Apex, the kind of absence of much happening from him. That said, you know, it's early days. G2, they've been winning the round regardless. Normally, though, whenever we think of a strong G2 performance, the 2 names that do kind of spring to mind, at least right now, is going to be Apex and Kenny. Kenny, he's there, just waiting for the supporting cast with him. Now for Mouse, we've got Stiko turning up as per usual. He's kind of been the one consistent thing for Mouse, but I'm still dubious as to whether or not we're going to see the supporting cast emerge around him.
We will see. Sure, Mousesports are looking very flat this tournament. They've got this far, but G2 looking to prove themselves and show they still are considered a world-class team. This performance so far has been pretty decent. We're going to see what this pause is for. It might be technical. I think that was just Mixwell asking for some water there. And there's Sticko, man of the hour for Mousesports. Has been one of their best performers so far. We really want to see those other names turn up, though. That is the big question mark. Tactical pause, it is called here by the international squad. Got to watch them earlier against MVP, and it did not start well on Inferno, which is MVP's best map. These guys look stubborn almost. They kept trying to be very aggressive and had that lack of respect. Game style didn't work out for them time and time again. Chris J was pushing, dying constantly. It took them a while to get into it. It wasn't until they had a massive technical pause about 20 minutes and then MVP seemed to drop off. So interesting to see those double HE grenades used again. Instead of having to waste the smoke, you drop the HEs, which obviously have a bit of bloom of dust as well. As we get into this round 7 and Sunny, this is what I'm talking about, that aggression. Solo aggression that Mousesports were doing time and time again. Last time we saw them lose the first pick, it will be Mixwell to pick that up. And I guess it's worth mentioning him as well. He was a full-time AWPer for the longest amount, but now Dust2, he gets the first pick, quickly taken down by Chris J. 4-on-4, body working towards middle. Sticko only has the pistol. He's waiting by CT spawn right now.
Body's caught the timing, though. He's up past that smoke. They've got no idea, and this could be massive. Chris J holding the angle. Body's going to find that first kill, and actually he's done that much more damage out on Astiko. Things could quickly get made bad. What the hell was that from Mousesports? Stiko, there's a kill out from him, but it's Oscar with a quick double. Stiko hiding in the smoke. Body almost touching him here, but he's going to go through, and Body finds the frag. The bomb's dropped. Kenny has to push forward for it. Oscar dancing around with the AWP inside the bomb site, and Kenny, he has retrieved the bomb. Body's got out and helped him out, and now it's Oscar 1v2. He hops on down over the top of the smoke. He's rained in death, and now he just has to find the 12 HP Body, and Oscar's got it all. 4 kills for him in the round. Mousesports going to go up 3-4. Just dashing hopes and dreams, similar to how I dashed my vocabulary in half there, Henry, during that round.
Interesting choice of words.
Yeah, well, you know, what can I say?
Yeah, well,
what can I say?
Either way, it will be 4-3. Great work by Oscar there. You can see what they're trying to do. A bit of a desperate retreat from G2. Drop the smoke as CD spawn, but that's such a weak smoke. With the ramp there, you could pretty much see him from every angle from long. Even if he's on the corner, I think they would have been spotted, but he's actually in the perfect position. Drop down, and it will be a force by from both teams, really. Kenny Esto, so good at his opening pick. You can see Mousesports, even after winning the round, having to go so aggressive at the SMGs. Sticko somehow wins that frag. Robs will join him. It's now the 4 versus 3. Managed to recover a few rifles here, and you can see exactly why they had to do this. They had just so little in terms of firepower. MBK, good Molotov, but that's lost in the bomb. He does a lot of damage, 4-on-2. Mixwell to try and pick up the pieces here, coming in from lower B.
Nah, bomb's the real issue. Mousesports, they're just swarming over it like vultures to a corpse. And Sonny, he's gone ahead and dismembered Kenny in amongst the confusion. Mixwell, so much on his plate right now. The latest addition to G2, and this is, well, this is a near-on impossible round. The bomb in the firm grasp of Mousesports and Mixwell, the lone Spaniard. He's hoping, he's praying that Mousesports gives something up somewhere on the map, and it's just not happening. You can see even Oscar's gone in for the very, very lengthy rotation in through T-Spawn, going to rejoin the rest of the gang. There should be no, I mean, it would be a massive blunder if Mixwell's allowed back into this round, and he knows it. 35 seconds.
He's got the smoke. All he can really do is drop that smoke on the mouth of the tunnel right now, so he can try and flash through it, and they won't be able to dodge the flashbangs, and he can try and jump through. Hopefully take a couple of them down. He's just waiting for a mistake to be made right now. Get them doubting themselves as he's coming from T-Spawn. They're not sure. If he gets one of them, then the plan can be sprung, but the time is running out. You see that mistake made? There's the smoke I mentioned. So that goes in the mouth. Not quite deep enough. That actually is detrimental because it doesn't work in his favor. But just trying to stay alive at this point. 2-1. He'll get no money, but he does find the AWP. That'll be enough. They'll probably force. It's G2 after all. They love a force. So Mixwell with the long spawn. He'll keep the AWP. He's got the armor. Long spawn. I'm not sure on the current meta this does too, but I would say you almost certainly go for the long spawn every single time you get it with the AWP, especially these sort of rounds. So it's a very spawn-dependent map. You're trying to beat the CTs to the corner, anyone trying to get to the pit, and we'll see how that pans out. I'm very interested to see. So yes, he is going for it. And there are players towards that long position. If he gets it, they'll just unload on the A site. Gets through, actually. See if he gets someone crossing over. Certainly does. There's Sunny. CT made a very wise choice just to get out of his line of fire. Mixwell won't be able to get the no-scope, though. Sticker takes him down with the MP9. It's a real brawl here on Dust2. There's not many tactics being deployed. It's all rushes and spawn-based play. It seems a lot more frantic than the previous version of Dust2 as we get into a 4-on-3. No armor. No nades for these remaining players, and this should be a Mousesports round as the run boost comes in towards short.
Oh, but Oscar's missed it. The timing is off. Now he goes peeking over. There's 2 players close, and Oscar has his work cut out from the bomb. Is going to go down. There's still MBK and Kenny inside of the site. Mystico tagging them up from long. Oh my goodness, how have they managed that? Suddenly it's MBK, and he's going to get finished off. Thankfully, Rops and Chris J are able to get a leash back on things as the beast that is G2 start to rear. They're out of control, but there you go. The cleanup crew was in. It's Chris J and Rops. They saved both the AWPs heading forward as well. Defuse will be found. That round, though, still gets a hell of a lot closer than I thought it would have, considering what G2 had heading into it.
Well, there we go. Those 2 kills certainly made things very uncomfortable towards the end after the bomb was planted, but money now back in favor for G2. Didn't force buy in the previous round. You can see it's actually looking relatively healthy here. Apex certainly not, though. 0 kills, 8 deaths. Looking to get off the mark here. 5-4, double nades in again. Crossing over. Chris J. AWP on his back once more. Body looking to remove it. Flashes in towards B. Looks like it'll be a bit of a contact play. At this point, you can see 4 players on the left-hand side of the map. The bomb actually down suicide, though, so what's the play here? You don't want the bomb there, let me tell you. that goes down, you're in a lot of trouble. So it will change up and go towards the side. I'm interested in what kind of strats and set pieces you can do towards this B side. Maybe they've got some deep smokes that go in front of the platform, try and bust through, take vision away from the AWP. This one smoke goes towards CT spawn area. Let's have a look and see what they can bring to the table. French teams used to just love this, just walk into the smoke as close as they can, contact play, then burst through. We'll see if Chris J can spot them. Here they come, final commitment coming in.
Chris J, nice shot. Out into the mist, he's been able to drop MBK. Flash goes high, Rops is here to support, but now they're gonna lose Chris J. The flank from Apex does get punished, rotations coming through. This B bomb site famously hard to retake. They've got themselves the man advantage. That bomb hasn't gone down just yet either. It's currently in the back of the site, and Rops boosted up. Rops can see everything. From atop his sunny throne. Oh, he's going to lose the base of his boost as Mixwell will come pouncing out. Body now on the flank, but watch as now the Hunter becomes the hunted. Body wrapping back in through the tunnels. Oscar going to pick him off, and now it's Mixwell and Kenny. 2 on 2. Kenny's able to find that first, leaving it now onto the back of Oscar. Half the time gone on the bomb. And Oscar, he's just going to have to back away. He could seize this round the way of G2. They will be locking themselves in a 5th. We keep things all even. The one thing that still stands out to me, Henry, is if you take a look at this, Apex 0 and 9 right now.
Yep, not ideal, but the round will be going in their favor, so he doesn't need to frag. It's absolutely fine. Nice little contact play. Like I said, French teams used to do that all the time. That was like an envious special back in the day. Do that one smoke in the mouth, wait for the CT to dump all their grenades through when you feel like it's a safe time, and you can get right to the entrance of the bomb site, pop flash in, and if you just keep smoking towards CT spawn as well, like they were doing when Mixwell deployed that, I think, it takes the vision away from the rotating players, of course, and it'll also take some of the attention from the B side itself. The 2 players on the side have to have one at the door, looking towards middle, and make things very uncomfortable. So that's a nice basic strategy from G2 being deployed there. And it will be MBK looking to get fast through these mid doors with the CZ. He's done it successfully so far. I don't think they'll be anticipating him to get through this quickly. CZ at this range could be deadly, but down he goes. Sunny will deal with him. Same strategy again, really. Chris J's in the open. Needs to be very careful here. Or he'll just kill absolutely everyone, it seems. Rops jumps up. He's got one more kill to find. That's Kenny S. Pretty simple procedure for himself. 6-5. Anyone's game still. There's a little bit of money left for G2, but that was well held by Mousesports. G2 pretty much doing the exact same thing. This time throwing the dummy player through the mid area with the CZ75. Didn't have a smoke for CT spawn. Tried to run up undetected. Did get spotted. Dealt with. And then the B push shut down. And we'll have a look whether they'll buy into this round. It will be a tactical timeout. So, 4K on 2 players. 3 of them can't really buy though. So, might want to go for a partial here. Drop some P250s. And see what's available to them. Not really seeing much in terms of strategies that really excites me right now. Obviously, this was only announced a couple of weeks ago that they're actually going to be able to play at this particular tournament. I don't think it was on their kind of practice schedule to be developing crazy strategies. You're just going to be running the defaults and the mid splits, executes, nothing too technical.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, that makes sense as well when you think about just kind of Dust as, you know, the nature of the map itself. It was always quite like default heavy anyway. It's not like there has been like some noticeable key changes, but there's nothing that's like, you know, ridiculously different within the map, right? So it's like you can still kind of run the same iterations of strategy as what you could do on the previous. That's why I don't think we really see like any of these like new groundbreaking strats like this new era of CS that we're in right now. But just some repetitions of the old and gold that used to work. Speaking of which, Chris J, he's going to work over here in mid. He's been able to go and drop Apex. Stico. The car, only good for 1 before Kenny's there. Quick in with the trade. Kenny with the AWP, that's going to be threatening. Oscar's inside of the bomb site. He's going to try and win this fight, and they line up for him. There you go. Quick double will be dropped by Mixwell. As now he turns his attention to go back and grab this AWP. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to play around with Chris J and Rops. They've both come rotating over. It looks like they might just, they've boosted up one man. That's Chris J over onto short. Rops heading towards the B bomb site.
Well, the good news is Mixwell has got the bomb and 1 minute to work with here. Rob's though perfect positioning. That's actually really smart. The fact he's got him B tunnels, he's going to hear Mixwell coming from a mile away. He'll probably start walking in a second. Oh, goodness, the cleanest of kills, but it's absolutely fine. He can pick up the secondary AWP. That's really nice from him. If he sits on the B bomb side, Mixwell probably has the AK out, ready to pre-fire him, but he gets in the tunnels and beat him there. He shuts on that part of the map. And there's Oscar getting it down with a double kill. He's had a very quiet tournament by his standards, and it's nice to see him going absolutely nuts, but that's 2 very impactful kills as we get into the next round. There's Mousesports on your screen right now, 7-5. Looks like we'll have a full eco now for G2. Both of these teams in flux, really, aren't they? No one really looking that convincing. Mousesports, you say before this tournament, sure, they're great, but this particular showing on the maps we've seen have been rather uninspired.
Well, Body's looking a little bit inspired here early on as he's grabbed the UMP, but that's going to demotivate you. Oscar just going to go and drop him in through the double doors down here in mid. They pass this UMP around. It is a game of pass the parcel. Let's see if they can go ahead and get the present in the end. It's Apex with the UMP right now. Going to go walk in the way of Oscar. They lose MBK at long, leaving it now on Kenny S and Apex. This is the duo that you'd want. These are the 2 names that you'd want in an impossible clutch. No armor, no anything, just a UMP and a PT-50. That run boost falls very, very flat, and Oscar, he spotted them. He's going to take the fight, but they've worked their way up close. They're going to be allowed to get the bomb down. Oscar tries to pull off the Kukli shot, but it's not meant to be. Now it's all on to Kenny, and he's just going to go barreling down to into the arms of Chris J. So that is going to be Mousesports locking in their 8th, but a bomb plant there for G2. That's a victory as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, pretty much full eco, managing to get that bomb planted. Could have been some high-flying antics there with the AWP. Wasn't meant to be, but the CT's now just taking their time to defuse, to scavenge any sort of grenades they can from their fallen comrades and indeed enemies. Here's Chris J. Stuff by him. Takes down Apex. Lovely shot on that one, to be fair. Round 14. AWP again. This is one of the few maps where I would encourage double AWPs on the T side sometimes. You know, obviously we pick one up, double the firepower towards those double doors. Grenades drops. I haven't seen many kills with the door apart from on that scout, so it seems like those double HEs is a good counter to that sort of play. Running the default again. Apex towards lower, Body holding the tunnels. Chris J can be left alone here if required. Apex. Shaw's posted a frag by now. Flashes up towards Shaw, but he's got a lot of company. Sunny designed to bait in Oscar. He wants to get out of there now. Mixwell trying to push those flames and get the trade, but it really hasn't worked out whatsoever. That's pretty much job done now for Mousesports. Kenny S with the reaction play towards CT spawn. See if he catch someone in transition. There is someone on the other side. That's going to be Sticker, but he has fallen back towards long. Kenny S. There's any options available to him, but it's just death for his teammates. MBK towards long. Gets his head removed. Kenny has taken down, and G2. This isn't looking good whatsoever. So many rounds in a row now for Mousesports, and Body's left in a 5-on-1. Sunny to close things out there.
Yeah. I mean, what a round from Mouse. All 5 players stay alive at this point in the game. That is such a massive victory. They're up 9-5. Let's not forget that, I mean, this usually a very, well, I was going to say usually a very good map for G2. At least, you know, prolifically with a lot of these players, and also when we saw them play, I think it was versus Fnatic on it. It was the map they were able to win in that best of 3 just yesterday.
Well, this is G2's pick as well, and we go on to Mirage next, which I think doesn't even need an introduction from Mousesports anymore. They're absolute beasts on it. Last round, Apex is having an absolute nightmare. He's 2-13 right now, Molotoving himself, and he'll have to fall back. Let's see, 4 state loss bonus. This is the final round of the first half. Easy kill for Robs. Absolutely so. Takes an MBK. This is just looking disjointed and messy for the G2 boys. I think they're picking this map, maybe because they're just not that confident in anything else. It's like, well, we should just drop in a map that our opposition might not be that comfortable on. They don't even look that organized himself. It looks like an absolute nightmare. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It will be 10-5. G2 looked great at the very start. I thought, okay, they're onto something here, but Mousesports much better. They seem like the stronger unit overall. We'll take a break and see if they can continue it in the second half.
Well, it might be G2's map pick. Right now, it's Mousesports looking to try and take this one home in map number 1. It's all on the line, Henry. It's 10-5 in map 1 in favor of Mouse. They are looking good. Right now, Apex, he's been a little bit quiet. G2 aren't really here. Yeah. Are we going to see the recovery from them in the second half?
I'm really not liking this G2 approach to Dust2. It's looking weak. This whole team, it started off well. Kenny was hitting some shots. He got a scout wall bang, got the AWP out, a couple of nice rounds. But then as it kind of progressed and I saw what their general defaults were looking like, their executions, it looked very off. Not to say their CT side won't be good, but I'm interested to see what they bring to the table. Also, maybe a B rush here as 4 players go towards the tunnels. Going to just go towards lower and set themselves up. They have got a smoke and a flashbang, usually used towards CT spawn, like I said before. It's going to be Robs just investigating the situation. 3 players on the B side, one of which will be Apex, like you said. Very poor game from him. He's actually been one of the talisman for G2 in recent months. He's been one of the only few players actually performing consistently. So he's been removed. Mixwell taking the bait, and Apex, will it get any better for him? This is looking superb as he gets 3 headshots all round as he recovers in the second half. I think besting his actual 15-round total in the first half.
Yeah, only 2 kills in the first half of the game.
Insane.
3 already in the pistol round in the second. Apex, they've awoken a beast here, and now he's on to a 4th. He's just going to keep on going. It was a trial by fire for him over in mid, and he passes it with flying colours. 4 kills in the pistol round, and hopefully Apex has been woken up.
Well, there we go. Oscar won't be able to do much about this one. Apex. To be fair, it was just a really nice play. Mixwell baited him in superbly, like I said, and then Apex got a bit of a shooting gallery. That'll boost his confidence and hopefully light the fire beneath him as we'll see what looks to be a timeout of sorts, maybe tactical, I'm not sure. I hear that infamous music in the background. So it is Mousesports tactical. So
that's pretty interesting, taking a tactical pause so early on.
Well, I guess they're considering we've got double digits already. The bomb wasn't planted. Most teams are forced by here. Do we want to do that? Do we want to maybe save a bit of cash? I guess with such a new map, they haven't explored all the ideas and how they want to operate in all scenarios. So let the coach come in and just say, do you want to get Deagle's armor here? Looks like the answer is pretty much yes. They're going to get CZ's, PD50's a scout. Everyone knows by now Chris J, very good with the lesser sniper. So is Kenny Ez. This time he has FAMAS though.
Mousesports, they're going to get the control of mid pretty damn quickly, all things considered. They don't really have too much utility to work with, and they've got 4 players down here. So G2 going easy on the mid control. Chris J going to be rerouting background now. Over here towards upper tunnels, it looks like he's going to rejoin the rest of the gang, perhaps down towards the bottom of mid. Maybe he's going to come in late for the upper tunnels split into this B bomb site. Apex, there is a smoke there, but my goodness, he's just going to shoot right on through it. He really has started to come alive in this second half. Mixwell on the MP9. He's farming up cash. Ooh, a nice little third at the very end. And it is just Chris J on that scout, not able to get anything done. So G2, they keep it clean.
Yeah, lovely stuff. $1,800 there for Mixwell, guaranteed in the bag. And the 7, that was the force buy as well. Didn't really get much done there at all. So this game really is on now with the 3-0 coming in from the French squad. Should just be Glocks, maybe a couple of PT50s from Mousesports here, maybe nothing at all. There it is, PT50 for Rops. And these sort of rounds, maybe get one flashbang, try and get through middle, hopefully catch someone out, but they're not going to have any utility whatsoever. And get into round 18 here. Sunny down towards lower. He's also got one of the aforementioned PT50s. And if you get a plant down here, your best chance to go up towards short, because we obviously have that plant position that's just in front of the bomb site. It was never there in any iterations of Counter-Strike, and even CSGO in its first release was brought in, I think maybe like 2014, that was added, maybe 2015, that you could plant in those boxes just in front of that, where Kenny S is now. So they'll run boost over, hopefully chat out a frag, and maybe get a plant. 2 run boosts coming in, Harry.
Well, the double run boost, the Spitfires is Stico and Chris J at the front, and they've done good damage. Apex tries to control the spray, and this is actually a very, very important sequence now from him. My God, he's just padding stats, Henry. He came into the second half with 2 kills, and now he's on 11. He's up there with the rest of the team.
Yeah, well, there we go. 4 on the pistol, 4 on the anti-eco. It's not bad at all, is it? To be fair, these are some of the easiest kills you get in the room, but he'll take them. We get into the first gun round. Now, this is where G2 will be tested. I'm interested to see how drilled Mousesports going to look. Oscar's on the AWP. And no double HEs from the G2 side. Interesting, they've actually opted to use a smoke at the start. I think that's maybe a bad call. Obviously, it's a bit cheaper. It costs you $300 instead of 600 across, which Mousesports are doing that double HE cross. Kenny Hesto looking to investigate the B tunnel straight away. This is a brave pick. He has got a player with him. Double kill for Rops. Not quite. Kenny S too fast. He'll be taken down. And there it is. That does equal things up.
Ooh, there is a smoke down in mid. Oscar's still going to be able to find Mixwell as he tries to push on through it. Tries to take that fight, and he does get punished for it as a result. Now, they start to head over here towards the B-bomb site. Sunny down in the lower tunnels holding on to things. Aggression from Body over at long could lead to something. Apex waits down here in the bottom of mid. It's Kenny. He already took a peep in towards the tunnels earlier on and it netted him 1 kill. Now he is to try and step up, defending the B-bomb site. Kenny, he's doing damage. They're flooding his way. He has his work cut out for him and he's going to fall. Sunny able to pick that up. Apex now from the doors. Trying to buy some time for this lengthy flank from Body to come in. He's denied the bomb plant for the time being. Apex still being a real nuisance, not gonna let up just yet. Sunny finally gets the bomb down. But Body, he's knocking on the door, slipping in through the back line. Oscar and Sunny managed to lock the round in. Between them, 4 kills in the round. Mousesports gonna move forward onto an 11th. They get there first in that first rifle bite.
There it is. It was looking quite good there for Kenny S, I have to say. I thought he was gonna hit every single shot. He did hit the second, but unfortunately for him, a leg shot came in. Man, there was still 3 players coming his way. Dropped the HE grenade, couldn't finish him off. Got swarmed, and then once the bomb was planted, great positioning from Oscar to watch the tunnels. His teammate had the window covered, and looked quite comfortable there in the end. Flashbangs towards long. You have to throw them in a bit more of a technical manner these days. Not just throw it up in the air and hope for the best. You actually have to angle it quite nicely. See the jump and trigonometry deployed as we get into next round. Here's the smoke, right click that, lands right above CT spawn, gives you a little halfway towards the bomb side. Molotov to force any CTs off the side itself. Nice flashbang, I like that from Chris J. Not going to work out too well for a Mixwell, will be on the other side. Wide to receive. Flashbang looks good as well, he's getting a couple of kills here. That's all fine, but still a 3-on-3.
And BK can't stand for long inside that B-bomb site now. It's Kenny S and Body. They tried to deny him on the cross. They haven't been able to do so, and you still have Stico over here on short. He can do so much damage. He's looking to try and come in late on the lurk, and Body, he's just missed the timing. He's going to miss it now. Stico, a chance to put the knife in the back, and it is the knife in the back that digs the deepest. Kenny, he's been tagged up. They're going to look to try and flood in and overwhelm Oscar. He's not looking the right way. He hears the footsteps round to his left. There's the first kill to Kenny. Dust2 going to finish off body just like that. Mousesports 12-8. They lock in another convincing round.
And that's going to be the eco for G2 as well. Mousesports. This is the team we saw on the second map against MVP earlier. They looked much more clinical, a good unit. Everyone's starting to turn up. You can see the frags right where we want them. Oscar at the top. That's always what you want, especially on a map like Dust2. You don't want Sticko anywhere near it. You want all the frags going towards Oscar, your Sunnies, your Rops, and then sometimes Chris J as well. Sticko's a support player. You want him getting this one kill around, holding the flanks, making sure everything's under control. And like I said, full eco now for G2. They do get tagged up as a crossover. Mixwell down to 28. Looking for round number 13. Mousesports almost certainly going to get it. As Chris J heads towards middle. You can see he's just got the CZ. Send him in first towards a bomb site. Hunt for information, see if there's a stack. He can go up towards short and work out if there's any presence on the other side. If he goes down and he gives up a pistol. And even if he does find a couple, CZ almost operates like a run and gun rifle these days.
Indeed it does. As you say, he is going to be leading the way over here towards short. Kenny, tucked away in the bomb site, going to have a Molotov. Things heat up for him. He's forced off the angle. Body comes rotating up to try and assist in this A-bomb site hold. You can see Apex. How's he managed this? He's all the way through the back line. They don't realize this. Apex could do so much damage, but he's missed his opportunity. And that window will get slammed shut by Rops. 3 quick kills in this round. It's all said and done. Mousesports the 13th. They keep it clean. And now with a growing difference between these two teams, 5 rounds between them. And G2, they get another bye here. But this could be one of their last, unless they start to turn things around now, Henry.
We'll have to look. 9 and 15 for MBK, just to note as well. Used to be a fantastic Dust2 player. Round number 22, and Kenny with no armor. Sunny going for the fast suicide drop, and here comes Kenny. Get a spot 1. Oh my goodness, the distraction though is enough for Chris J just to beat him to the punch. And MBK's been tagged up as well. It's through the smoke towards that B bomb site, trying to avoid the grenades now. Robs trying to apply more pressure. Desperation smoke from MBK just to fend off whoever's on the other side, and actually gets the kill. Robs did not have to commit to that. Obviously the tracers will come through, and Chris J by himself as well. It's looking a bit clumsy now from Mousesports. They had the advantage, and it's being thrown away here. Apex gonna get that kill almost certainly, but no. Sunny finds him. 3 versus 3. 1 minute 10 on the clock, and bomb's still top and middle. Sunny can pretty much guarantee A's open at this point. He's not been challenged whatsoever. Managed to take down one of the AWPers. Sticko waits towards long. Teammate will join him, Oscar. He's got the bomb. Molotov CT spawn with looks things planned for short. They have not got information as to what's going on towards long. Body making footsteps, and Sticko just making sure he can back up his team if required.
And he's just going to remain here, hidden away. Body has to batten down the hatches on the long doors. And now leaves it up to MBK and Mixwell to find some success here at short. Body wins that fight out over at long. Mixwell, he's gone ahead and got rid of Sunny. And that leaves it onto one man, Oscar. He's been absent when Mouse have needed him in the past, and now he has to step up more than ever. This map, we've seen a resurgence. Bomb down and at his feet. Mixwell and Body trying to time this perfectly. Oscar tries to isolate the engagements. He misses that first shot, and Body will be quick to shut him down. Defuse comes on in, and G2, they're going to lock themselves in a 9th round.
Yeah, I felt like Oscar had to be slightly more aggressive that one. The fact he knew he was a player towards long and short, and the smoke was down towards short, maybe challenge a bit more towards the long position, try and at least get an advantage, a bit of intel as to how close he was. Waited way too long and then got swarmed by both of them at the very same time. Really couldn't do much with it, but still, bomb planted, still should have very strong cash on the T side. Indeed, they do. Orb there, a little for Chris J. Could have afforded a bit more, but opted for that. Flashbang over, classic Dust2 move. Orb will flash over and try and peek the Orb on the other side. It's a difficult challenge to make. Speaking of which, Kenny is going through those doors. Does get back safely. G2 still in this game. 13-9 now.
They most definitely are. They're not going to let up easily. Mousesports, they've got Oscar, but he's already been tagged up with the AWP early on. He's going to head in through Suicide. There's a few places in CS with you know, the callouts. You wonder how they got that name. There's some that are very, very literal. Suicide, you know, I think that's one of them. And he's been allowed to get through there. didn't get away with it completely for free. That's because they forced it was Kenny early on off the angle in mid. Since then, he's gone for aggression over here at short. He's going to get flashed off the angle, tries to fall back into the bomb site. Does slip on down, but they didn't go aggressive on the back of it. Chris J kind of toying with the idea of taking this peek. They're going to be setting up a flashbang for him. Smoke going to fall close as well. Apex over in Goose. Kenny watching from the crossroads. 25 seconds on the clock, and Chris J's already down into CT spawn. Kenny didn't spot him. Apex, he's just going to get burnt out over in the back of the site. And now they try to head over here towards B. Mixwell, well, he's good for one. That is going to be it for him. Chris J denies the rotation from Kenny.
Now this is what I'm talking about, Harry. This is a strategy right here. You can see exactly how it's going down, and they'll get the bomb down in the nick of time, as G2 have just been absolutely manhandled there. We didn't see any of those sort of fakes, those big plays. You can see they had no idea what was going on there. Set up a huge play towards A, burn a player out with flashbangs and Molotovs. Apex didn't even get a say in what happened there. Flashbang comes in, double Molotov. They do stack in CSGO. And as soon as it happens, we've got that smoke set up in CD spawn. Chris J's just sat there waiting in it. They have no idea he's there. He's like a ninja. As he waits, Kenny S tries to rotate, takes him down. Sticker's already wall-banged one in B. It was beautiful to watch. That's how it should be done. And yeah, Apex just watching the flames there at that point. Not really sure what do you think was going to happen. It's just weird. It's kind of like graphically, it doesn't look like it's spreading that far. But as soon as you start taking damage, surely you've got to move.
Yeah. He just looked down, you know,
yeah,
there is no fire here.
This is me, I'm gone.
I mean, sometimes, you know, you do just have to concede. I mean, I doubt that's what Apex would have liked to have done in that scenario. Now, they take the tactical pause. G2, I think, justifiably so. They were pretty much outclassed in every way in that round.
Yeah, that was really nice from Mousesports. Like a really solid strat. That's what I was looking for when I was commented on G2's approach. I was like, well, there wasn't anything cool done. It was all just fundamentals and defaults. That was really awesome from Mousesports. Full investment, and all it's given them is CZs and PT50s. B play coming in, and Rob's surely going to hit that one when he gets the second. Even if he doesn't, his teammates will. There it is, Sticko. That's going to be map point. You just need to save whatever you've got here on the G2 side. Chris J watching for any sort of rotations. They are looking so much better than G2 right now.
One of the things I do really, really love about Dust2 being back in the map pool, Henry, is that, you know, when you look at it, you know, there's so much history on this map, right? Like, it's such a well-known map. I think it is, like, the most
It's the most iconic map of CS.
Yeah, right? Maybe even of any game. Who knows? But,
yeah, I think that's fair.
And you know, then you kind of look at it, and it's like, you know, with all these names, with, you know, pretty much all of them, you have so much history behind it on this one map. But then you kind of look at like some players that have come up and kind of risen so quickly. Someone like Rops is like the ideal example, where I don't think we've seen him play Dust2, right? And then it's like the excitement of seeing how he slots into, you know, into a professional team on a map that, you know, we haven't actually seen him play on. It's such like
that's
a cool
a good
thing
point.
to me.
Yeah, the fact he's never been in a professional team to play this map, but obviously he's played it in his few years of CS play. Like even he came from FPL, I think, right? So like even in FPL when it was removing the map, you could still play it on there, you know. So that's fine. As we get into potentially the last round here, Harry. 15-9, as it takes 6 in a row from G2 just to force overtime at this point. As we'll see, FAMAS, UMP, pistols, a few smokes and flashbangs, but this is G2's map pick, and it does beg the question why they pick it. Just because they think, oh, maybe the other team will be weak on it. That's all I can really see and comment on. As Sticko completely destroys Apex through the smoke. He's had a rough game. And it's going to be, oh my goodness. When everyone else is playing well and Sticko's got it as well, you think, well, this all makes sense, and that's going to be a game. Oh my goodness, what a finish that was. Clinical stuff, and Mousesports are ready to go on Dust2. You better believe they are. G2, I'm not convinced why they pick it. I couldn't tell you. But that was weak. It was boring to watch, and they were just hoping Kenny could carry them through it, I think. And that was their map pick. They got Mirage next, and I think we'll have to take a break and come back with the analysts, perhaps. Do not go anywhere.